This is part one of my slideshow on my 66 Mustang restoration. Bought this car in 2014. Actually got it at the Street Rod Nationals in Louisville at the swap meet. And unfortunately, I don't have any video of me restoring it, but I do have well over 200 pictures, so I put them in a slideshow. This is part one of the slideshow and shows what I had when I started with the car. Quite a bit of rust was hiding. Frame rail was rusted, as typically in a Mustang. This is some rust you're seeing on the sail panels. About everywhere you look, there was rust. This is where I was starting to cut out the floor of the car. I did put in a one-piece floor in this car. Restored several Mustangs in the past, but never put the one-piece floor in, but in this one I did. Lots of new sheet metal parts in the underneath of the car. Here's a new trunk panel that I'm prepping, and this is with it installed in the car. Here's the front frame rails with the transmission tunnel installed, ready for the floor. Here I am spot welding the floor in. This is showing me cutting out the quarter panel. I put new quarter panels on both sides. Did use Dynacorn, and this is just some photos showing how that's done. Here I had the trunk just setting in place to check the fitment between it and the quarter panel. Now we do the driver's side. It seems to be a little easier after you do one side. You notice in these photos that I do have the driver's door on. Did that to check the gap between the quarter panel and the door, just to make sure that everything was lined up correctly. Lots of rust here in the inner cowl, which is typical of Mustangs. This one's really bad. As you can see, the driver's side is rusted completely through. Here I'm adding front torque boxes, something Mustangs typically didn't have. That'll stiffen the car up. Here we have the new firewall installed, and here's an inside view of it. Now we're ready for the new cowl to install it. It does come in two pieces. You get an inner and an outer. And these photos are showing me prepping it and getting it installed. Before installing the new cowl, I did sand and prime underneath the dash where the new cowl panel fits over. That should prevent rust from coming back for a long time. Here there's another new cowl panel is just sitting on top. I haven't welded it yet, but I'm positioning it. Here you can see the spot welds all the way around the new cowl panel. There's a close-up of those. So we now have the new panel installed. Next we tackle the front end of the car. These pictures are showing where I've done a lot of cutting and going to put some new panels in it. Just a quick note about the front radiator core support. I did make it a bolt-in support. It was easier to put engines in, pull engines out, so that front support just bolts in. Usually they're welded, but I bolted this one in. Well, that's all for part 1 of the Mustang restoration. Check back for part 2. We'll be doing more body work and making progress on the car. Hey, if you liked this video, let us know by hitting that like button. And please consider subscribing to our channel. We would really appreciate it.